I'm Mallory Charchet, and this month we are going to be showcasing entrepreneurs and small business owners of our community such as Jim Schmidt, Justin Kuhn, Caleb Savage, and Jody Bland.
Okay, I'm Jim Schmidt, and I'm the owner of Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford right here in Hicksville.
Currently, I would say self-employed. I started my own machine shop full-time 2 years ago, so we do machining and fabrication and just about anything you can think of when it comes to metal or steel, but self-employed, I guess.
My current occupation is I invest in real estate and I own various other small businesses.
Okay, so my current occupation / profession is I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I own my own business in direct sales.
Well, I've been doing this for over 40 years. I started washing cars at a dealership in Defiance when I was probably around 15 years old, and I always had the dream that I wanted to sell cars. So being around that environment, it got me interested in selling cars, and I was given the opportunity of that the day after I graduated from high school. So the owner was nice enough to give me that chance and nurtured me along, and so that's where I'm at today, still in the car business.
I went to school at Hicksville. Didn't do too good in school. High school was tough on me. I had a hard time graduating. I ended up graduating, and I thought I needed to go to college to make something of myself or to do good, and it does help. I went to Ivy Tech for like a semester and a half, and I ended up with a technical certificate, which isn't really that much, but I couldn't do it. I was pouring concrete during the day and going to school at night and stuff like that, and I hated school. So I dropped out of college and went to work out at A&P Tool, actually, as a machinist, and worked out there for a year and a half. And then I went to New Millennium Building Systems as a welder and worked there for about a year. And then I actually got let go from there, and 2 years ago today, actually 2 years ago today. And so that for me was really pretty devastating, because the only thing I really was good at was working. I wasn't good at school, and I wasn't good at sports and stuff like that. So I got fired, and it was like I didn't know what I was going to do. I planned on being at that job for a while, and I'd always had like a mill and a lathe and a welder in my dad's barn, and so I kind of did that part-time, and getting fired kind of was what really pushed me to go out on my own and be full-time, and I pretty much set the precedence that if I didn't make it work for somebody else, I had to make it my own. And so I actually, looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was a blessing. At the time, it really frustrated me, but I would have never been able to go out and do it on my own, or I would have never been able to make that step without somebody making it for me. So 2 years ago today, I got let go, actually October 10th, I think that's today, yeah. And then I started my own machine shop, and so for the past 2 years I've been full-time for myself, and it's just been pretty good ever since. I started in my dad's shop, and then after about 9 months of being in my dad's shop, I moved to the new shop that I'm currently in, and I actually live in there too, so it's pretty easy to just wake up and go to work. But
I was a class of 1997, high school graduate. I went right out of high school and went right to the factory, Volcraft. I was a welder over there for almost 10 years. I came up with an idea, a scraper blade that attaches to a reciprocating saw, and I left the factory and I started a new journey in life of selling scraper blades, and I ended up getting it in almost every national retail store.
Sure. So I was a stay-at-home mom with 4 kids. I had a college degree, but I wasn't able to use it because it wouldn't have paid enough money to put all of my kids in daycare. So my sister actually was doing this direct sale company, and I got introduced to it that way, and I started working it, and it worked around my kids' life, which I love, because at the time my kids were 8, 5, 3, and 2, and there was nothing that I could do that would pay the bills or pay fund money. So I decided to try it. You know, you never know unless you try something.
I did not take any educational classes after high school, other than I did take some seminars through Ford and General Motors of new car seminars, but no formal any college education after high school.
I did actually in high school. We took some college classes. I don't know if that's what, I wasn't very good at them, but so in high school I did some extra college classes. I actually went to Ivy Tech at night after again with high school, and did a couple classes through my senior year. And then I went for about a semester and a half to Ivy Tech after high school, and as far as that goes, that's about it.
I have never participated in any education after high school. I only have a high school diploma from right here in Hicksville, Ohio.
I did. I actually graduated as a paralegal with an associate's degree from International Business College.
Well, the one thing that I would go back to is a business is only as good as the employees that work for you. And I've been able to surround myself with a lot of good employees over the years. We have currently have around 80 employees. Many of them have been with me for a long time, and I look at those people as family. They look after me. I try to look after them. And a business is only as good as the people that work for you. That's what makes it successful. You know, as an owner, you still have to work, and you have to nurture those people around you. But I'm very thankful for the people that are working for me and have over the years.
I had a lot of help from other people and stuff like that, but no matter what you do, whether it's working for somebody else, working for yourself, and honestly, no matter what, just I was pretty good at working hard. I like to work, and so mainly hard work, and just I pretty much set the precedence that I wasn't going to fail in my own business. And I still got a long ways to go. There's always an opportunity or a chance that it doesn't work out, but I kind of set a precedence that there was no option for failure. Just kind of had to succeed in it. So working hard, and not giving myself an out really.
One thing I feel that has helped me find success in my current profession is my education. In today's society, I feel that everybody is so pushed into college and going and getting a college degree that they become so educated that they are too scared to take the risk and to step outside the box, because our society has taught us that stepping outside of the box is scary, and they teach you that. And one thing that I feel has helped me is I was never taught that, and I am a risk taker. And I feel that people that take a risk are the people that get paid back in reward. You just have to minimize your risk. So that's one thing I feel has helped me.
Okay, so one thing is don't ever quit. Don't ever quit no matter what, because there will be bad days and there'll be good days. And the way I look at it is my worst day and what I do right now isn't compared to what other people go through in their professional life. And I just decided from the get-go I was never, ever, ever going to quit. I was just going to try to be the best version of myself every single day.
Well, you really need to follow your dream. You got to go with your gut instinct about what you want to do, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. But I would say, college maybe was not for me at the time. I actually didn't even enter my mind, and at the time it really wasn't, should I say, pushed quite as hard 42 years ago as it is now. And I think sometimes young people are pressured into that, or feel pressured into that they have to go to college and get an education to be able to get a good job afterwards. And I still think there's very many opportunities out there in the workforce without a college education.
Right for
Well, I think a lot of times, like, I mean, as you're like approaching your junior, senior, everybody thinks that you have to know exactly what you want to do, or even before then. But a lot of times you barely know what you want to do that day. You don't really know what you want to do the rest of your life. And so everybody thinks, well, I have to go to college. I have to go to college. And don't get me wrong, college is good. I honestly wish I would have stayed in college longer because it would have made my life a lot easier. I wouldn't have to learn stuff the hard way. But don't just assume you have to go to college to be successful or to get a good job or do something like that. Just because I see a lot of people my age that just decided they had to go to college, and or people that are older than me that have been in college for 6-8 years with maybe going to get a 4-year degree, and so they used a lot of time up. And don't get me wrong, I say college is good, but just really kind of do what you want to do and do what makes you happy, because it is all about working, or it is all about making money is the reason you work. And I probably wouldn't. I would do what I do if I didn't make any money, if I didn't need the money. I would just do it for fun. But that just goes to show, like, I really truly enjoy what I do. Now there's some ups and downs to it, but when you really do what you love, it doesn't really feel like work that much. So find something you enjoy.
If I could give any students any advice, I would say to find your dream and to chase it, and don't let anybody talk you out of it. When I started my dream, I had many naysayers and people that tried to talk me out of it, and I didn't listen to any of them, and I kept pursuing my dream. And I don't feel that an education is what you need to pursue your dream. You need to have it in your heart, and you need to have a good work ethic, and you need to learn from what you fail at, because you will fail at things, but you can't let that knock you down, and you need to get back up and keep striving for your dream and stay consistent.
I would tell them that this is something that they're going to spend a lot of time with, because you have 8 hours of sleep time, 8 hours of family time. You look at a 24-hour day and you spend a lot of time at work. So you want to make sure it's something that you absolutely love. Money aside, something that you love. That's what I would suggest.
Well, I'm probably going to repeat what I just said for the most part. It's really, think hard about what you want to do. And sometimes it doesn't always work out. I mean, that may be your dream, but have your options open to where maybe it's not really what you want to do. If you go into college, sometimes you don't have to pick a career right away. If you go out into the workforce right after high school, there's several opportunities at a business. I've had people that have worked for me that have started out in one field, ended up in something else, had people move on that it wasn't for them. But we've also promoted a lot of people within our dealership. Many of my salespeople are doing what I did in the car business. They started out cleaning cars, and they have worked their way up. Some of them have moved into management. So there's always opportunities if that's the field that you want to be in. But if it's not, always say that, hey, this may not be for me, so maybe I should move on to a different career. But there again, go with your gut feeling, your instinct, and always keep your options open.
Don't do what everybody thinks you should do. Do what you want to do, but within reason, I guess. Like I said, in my opinion, when I graduated high school, I thought I had to go do this, I had to go do that to make people happy, to make people think I was going to be successful, and I was always worried about what other people think. But at the end of the day, it does not matter what anybody else thinks or what anybody else thinks you should do or thinks of you. It's really what makes you happy. And again, just doing what really makes you happy, because you got to do it for the rest of your life. So there's no reason to be miserable every day going to work. So.
One thing that I feel would help is to surround yourself with good people. You don't always have to be the smartest person in the circle, but as long as you surround yourself with good, smart people that can help you make logical decisions, it takes a whole team to build a successful organization. And again, and I've said this publicly, and I'll say it again, I'm not always the smartest person in the room. I am willing to take risks that most people won't take, and I try to surround myself with other people that know more than myself to help me reach those goals.
So the deal is this: not everybody has to go to college to be successful. Yes, I have a college degree, but at the same time, I didn't even use that college degree except for a tiny, tiny bit. You need to go after what you're passionate about. Don't just focus on this is the way it's supposed to be, because all of us have different avenues that we can take in life. So we could choose, oh, I want to go to college because that's what my parents did and that's what their parents did. And you would be absolutely miserable if that's not the avenue that you want to take. So I encourage my kids to do what makes them happy and what they're passionate about. You know, whether they stay here at Hicksville or whether they choose to go to Ford County and get started in the workplace faster. You just need to do what makes you happy. We have one life to live on this earth, and so you might as well do what makes you happy.
I hope you enjoyed learning from these community members, and next month we are going to be focusing on community members that started off at an entry-level business.